Please,
Giddy up, 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 giddy up.
All right, we here. So welcome to another episode of Hoeing and Shit. Yes.
I'm sorry, I was running.
That was the technical difficulty. But my name is Kay.
Oh, hey, I'm Nae. And I'm out of my pockets.
And then we live. So what we did was we asked you guys for questions so we can answer them live. But if you have any questions that you want to ask us, you can put them in the comments, or you can, put them in the comments. So one of the first questions that we got,
my homegirl B. Kirk said,
hey, so some of these questions, we'll see how far we get with them. But the first one was, why are women so good at cheating? Let me say one thing though, or why they so good, but like why are they better at it? And
right.
But women don't cheat though.
I think women don't talk about it as much. Men like to brag. Men give off, and men are so bad. Okay, so when I was in a relationship and I was going through some certain experiences of that, I noticed that men are a little bit sloppy. And so their paper trail, something comes to light. But a bitch,
you never gonna
all
find
her
out.
shit is airtight. You're not finding out nothing because she's not talking about nothing. Everything's on point.
Why the one in the middle look mean?
I mean, that was a question.
She doesn't look mean. It's her resting bitch face.
First of all, it's just my face.
Who was that?
DeMarco Menace.
Oh, don't mind him. Don't even.
That's one of your friends.
He's my Facebook friend, but I don't know the nigga personally. Anyways, why to really answer that question? Oh, we gonna keep it short because we got a lot of questions. But my answer,
I don't cheat, so I don't know. I never had an opportunity.
We just keep our hoes in check. Keep your hoes in check.
You'll know if I want you to know. Moving on.
Oh my
God. Why do women tell all your secrets after you break their heart? First of all,
why are you breaking their heart in the first place?
Let's talk about that question. Yes, that was my thought exactly.
Well, I mean, things happen. People find out that they're not good matches for each other, or they fall out of love and things like that happen. So, I don't personally kiss and tell. I don't know why women like to brag or certain things, but I don't.
I don't tell no business because first of all, I'm gonna come out looking like the stupid bitch. Like if I knew all this shit about your ass,
then why was I
with your ass? Then like no.
Sometimes you like comfort, like you want somebody to kind of like validate you, or you want somebody to vent to.
I mean, a couple homegirls, but this person asked it like we be telling the whole world.
Like we go into the books and that nigga got
like that, like some ratchet shit.
Yeah, I ain't gonna do all of that.
Because I'm mad at you, and I'm about to hurt you like you hurt me,
nigga. Okay, next question. How come when a man cheats, the woman goes after the girl and not the man? First of all,
y'all have to answer that question for me because I wouldn't know.
I've never been put in that position that I want to talk about, but
So why do they turn lesbian?
No.
Huh?
No.
Wait. No. Sorry, guys.
No. Like, say I caught my man cheating and the girl's right there. Why do I run after that girl and try to fight her?
I've never understood that in my life.
Exactly. Yes. But I think, I don't understand it, but I think it's because I know I can deal with the nigga later, but her, I don't know her, so I'm about to beat her ass right now. But then again, like you want to kind of like check them in private, but because you feel threatened. Yeah. You feel threatened, like
oh, to me no, you're getting humiliated in public. Like you're
I'm
not
fighting both y'all. Y'all both getting jumped.
Drugged up the concrete, up and down. Like just kidding. I'm not putting my hands on no man.
Yeah, what's going on?
So B says to the last question, I think we all need to vent. Hold up, where'd it go? Because she obviously put up with a lot for you to leave her ass. And then Jasmine says, to this current question, nah, I'm going after the man.
Absolutely. 100. Because he's the one that's supposed to be.
Unless a girl is someone I know.
Oh snap!
Like if I walk in and catch on my husband or my nigga,
everybody at that moment can get it. But I'm probably gonna go for the girl first in that case because I'm gonna see the nigga later. Afterwards. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So in that moment, if I catch you guys in the act and you're somebody that I know, then
yeah, we're gonna have a problem. Mm-hmm. A serious problem. That's why I keep bitches around my nigga anyway. I ain't got no nigga, but I'm not a hoe though. I ain't got no nigga. I'm single.
Yes, that part. Okay. Let me see. Why do women think it's okay to be a side chick except if it's their man? First of all,
ooh, that's a good question.
Y'all answer
I
it
want
because
to know why.
Why would I think it's okay?
No strings attached.
Well, I think there's a lot that goes with it.
Let me empty his pockets.
That you don't want ties to anybody. This is probably not the only nigga that you're fucking with, and you just really don't give a fuck. And like, I don't know that. I'm not speaking about myself personally. I'm just saying she probably like, I don't know that bitch. I don't care about whatever they have on because I'm detached from it. I'm just trying to get some dick or some money, and that's it.
Some married dick.
It don't have to be married.
Sometimes you don't know, and then you be trapped into something, and you have like these emotions and feelings for somebody,
and guess what?
Find out, and then you do have to make the decision to get out.
They also okay with being the side chick because the man is allowing them to be a side chick.
Because I'm number one.
She can't be my side chick if the man.
I straight up asked the nigga once, "Am I a side chick?" And you know what he told me? In order for you to be a side chick, then I gotta be in a relationship or whatever. I don't care.
I mean, that's a good question.
Was that even an answer? I don't know, but all I know is I'm not okay with being no side chick.
Never. I don't know. I guess that sounded like you guys are all sides. There's no main course.
I need to be the main course, the only course.
Man, shit, as big as I am, shit, we eating extra side shit.
Next question.
No.
Is there anything?
I'm about to butcher the fuck out of this name. Haynes says it takes two to tango. As far as that last question that we had.
Oh yeah.
About going with the women.
Do y'all want to know?
It does take two.
They'll know if they watch our show on Sunday.
Okay, so
then whoever does the rest after the initiation.
Next question. Why do women like it when men come inside of them?
Oh my God. I saw that. I was like, would you dance over here?
Oh yeah, so when I edit this, I'm gonna put the act, cause somebody sent a video, and I'm gonna put when I edit it.
Yes,
I'm gonna put the video in it. Like, did you see it?
Yeah.
That was kind of funny. I like that. It was perfect. Ho ho ho.
Yes.
Okay, so.
Ho ho ho! When in Seattle, I have a question. If no, for I have a question. But why do women like it when men come inside them?
Why do women like it when men come inside of them?
Why do you guys like it when we tell you, Daddy, you're the only one?
I don't have an answer for that. I don't have a real answer for that. But I'm gonna just maybe say, because that's naturally how sex is supposed to happen, as far as like men and women are supposed to be having sex to procreate and make life, and that's how life is made.
I like your answer, but I'm gonna say because I like when
I want to know, Karen, we're on the same page.
I like the way it feels, and I like when it swells up.
When it does what?
Like it swells up, and you can feel it, and
it's raw,
and then it's like
and it's like you know he's about to just,
and it's like a moment.
B says connection.
It is.
Yeah.
It's like,
look, and B's a new mommy too, so she knows all about it. Hey B.
Yeah, you recently just said
telling all her business.
Okay.
I mean, look, we telling all our business.
Okay.
I mean, without really telling.
But we're not hold up. But we all do this. This is something we all do in our relationships of love. It brings us a whole connection together. Like, And then you gotta worry about where you get on the condom from.
Okay, sorry.
Like, bitch, I want to laugh too. What you talking about?
Because we're just talking like this is just the two of us on here.
So yes, because it feels good and you can feel it when you're about. We know when you're about to already come.
But for the record,
We know what it feels like.
it can't be with just every.
All right, well, the response was, don't nut on me.
Oh yeah, like if you pull it out and then it
Unless I ask.
I was about to say, where's the later?
Okay, my sister talking about my braids.
I mean, it complements the white and the blue.
This is medical dictated. She has to have this on the
medicated
medical.
dick? What's that?
Ooh, no, we don't have no medicated dicks. Ain't dicks around here. No,
Oh, I don't want no medicated
she
dick.
has to have this on per doctor's orders. So. But yes.
Next question.
Okay, why do women play hard to get and then act like they don't want it?
What? Sex? Or like...
I mean,
Sometimes they don't want it.
The same.
They
nigga
really
who
don't
gave
want
me the other question gave me this one, so I'm assuming it is sex. I like to flirt, so sometimes I do too much. Shit, I can't edit none of this shit out because we live. Okay, next question.
Sometimes we really don't want it, but if we want it, we'll let you know, like, probably in the first 2 or 3 days. You'll know if we want it.
But
We'll
sometimes
let you know
I
instantly.
flirt for a few days and then y'all ain't gonna hear from me.
And maybe we actually don't want it initially, and then you keep going motherfucking hard, and then eventually, not
It, like,
hard
builds up,
physically,
and we
but
be
like,
oh, he going hard for me.
yeah, and then you're like,
Yeah,
okay, I might want it,
team.
and then we get it, and then
And
we're
then-
like, oh, I shouldn't have done that.
Or you might have caught me when I was bored or something. Like,
Oh my gosh, she's terrible.
so what
She flirts when she's
okay.
bored.
Also, if I text anybody today, ain't nothing happening because I was bored. Okay, next question because I'm about to get
Well, that's fine.
Why can't women ride dick?
First of all,
I was about
Question.
To, I swear I thought I was on
Question.
live.
Because that question was asked as if they know that men can ride dick or some shit. Like the man has wrote it better than a woman has.
so
you
why
let us-
can't you just
so
say
you let
why
us
can't y'all or why can't you?
Yeah, we're not gonna answer that one.
No,
'cause
that's
we
why
know
you
who
need
they're
to get
comparing
Megan
to.
pumped up because she's supporting the movement of writing this shit. She's supporting the movement of strong knees, working out, handy, health, getting it. I don't know what bitch you've been fucking with, but I've been
Clearly it
active
ain't
all
me.
my life.
I'm
So
just joking.
some women like
What is that talking
some
about?
women don't have like the stamina or the knees, and some men
Oh.
think that.
No,
They
but
like,
you don't
who
have
can't?
to. You don't have to use your knees. Look, let me.
Yeah,
which
please
brings me
teach
to the
what
other.
teach.
Which brings me to the other question: how do you write it without getting tired?
Yes.
This person is referring to that video, that the other episode when I said you have to prop your legs up, and they wanted a demonstration, and
Please don't demonstrate right now.
All I can tell you is that when I demonstrated, it worked. So
okay, I'm not gonna
was
demonstrate it,
lovely.
but I'll illustrate it for you. I'll paint a look. So don't
Taken
use
that
when-
before.
No, if you
that helps too.
just do some squats.
It ain't about the squats. Well, it kind of is.
When I did some squats before, the next day I took your advice.
Oh, you the advice? Let me tell them. Okay,
Let me see
So-
something.
so don't use your knees. Put your feet like. Put your feet flat down.
Put it on the ball
Okay.
point of your feet like a ballerina.
Yeah, like you're squatting, kind of. Use your
Like
feet.
the
don't
Asian
use your
women when they
knees.
squat. They can sit for like 4 minutes. That's all you really need is like 4 to 7 minutes.
And
That's all you really need.
don't be scooting. Don't be scooting like you're in a chair, because
Like
that
a hoverboard.
yeah.
Or
Don't
hover
like
around.
don't no. You need to.
You need to teach me that one. I need to be.
After the show.
Okay, girl, I got you.
Okay.
I mean, what are y'all doing after the show?
Oh, I
Drink.
It's like, I'm just kidding.
Okay, so they're like, let's go upstairs after the show. We have
No.
someone that says demonstrate.
Oh, it has to be a nigga who said it.
No, it's not.
Oh, it's a girl. wants me to do, I'll do.
Nae, move out the way.
Tell me twice. Y'all don't have to tell me
No,
twice.
wait, are you serious? Are you serious?
I can't be straddling nobody, cause man, wait, who?
I've kind of always
The-
wondered
the-
myself.
The
I've always-
fans want to see it.
I wanted to know myself.
The fans
I
wanna
didn't know.
see it.
I want to know. Okay, we
I
can
don't
do
know.
it.
Is this doing too much?
This is
Just
sex
do
ed.
it. Just hurry up because we gotta move on.
We did sex ed in 5th grade.
YOLO. They say YOLO.
We're gonna
Okay,
do
hold
sex
on.
ed at 32.
Come lay down.
Lay down. Flat.
Yes,
Like a nigga?
cause a nigga gotta be flat.
You're the nigga.
I'm the nigga. She talked shit about me last time about me being a nigga.
But it doesn't mean you're a hoe.
I just need to say.
Thank you.
I have a disclaimer. I got plans after this apple pie, so you can't stay afterwards.
I might.
Okay.
I already got my bag
it's
in
not
the
really enough room.
my spend the night bag is in the kitchen.
Oh, this is weird.
I mean, y'all said it, so come on.
I want to know. I'll look at you shit. I want to know.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm only touching you for support.
Shut up.
You see how my leg is right here?
Okay.
The other
Look, the comment is we all roll dick on the couch.
Why she acted brand new, huh?
So this is my leg. The other leg has to be like that. I can't do it. Ain't no room. Cause the nigga I fuck with is skinny.
You know, I told you I'm part of the big girl. We have more fun
Okay,
anyway.
so pretend like my other leg is up.
Okay, girl. Pop it, bitch.
Hurry up.
Okay.
That's how you talk to you? I'm just kidding.
Look, I'm holding your hand.
Okay, bitch.
Okay, I'm done. I'll get the picture.
Give it up for Kay.
I'm deleting this. I'm deleting
She's
all
a great
this shit.
sport. She's
I'm deleting all this.
I learned a lot
So
today.
what's happening here is we were getting a demonstration about how to write.
All I know is
Kind of bounce on the D.
Oh, wait
no,
a minute. I don't write it that way. I'm more of a frog position.
Wait.
can we
Let us know the truth.
let's bring her on live so she can demonstrate. So we can invite people. Oh my god, you guys. I think I'm
We probably
pregnant.
should have added.
You know, I do that
This is the
sometimes.
last question. All right, let's move on to the next
Okay.
question.
Are y'all really hoes?
Depends on the day.
All the time.
And the nigga.
Exactly.
Because it's only for one.
Next question.
Have y'all gone through y'all hoe phase?
I'm still in it.
But that, what the fuck is going on? No, you're not supposed to be.
No,
Like,
bitch.
oh shit. Okay, so
I don't know what hoe phase is.
I think everybody has a hoish like tendency with their partners. You want to get freaky, you want to get nasty, you want to do all these things and shit like that. So the phase can last forever. I'm in it forever with the right person.
All my folks is almost sure, and I'm gonna get off.
All I know is,
Are you in your whole phase? Let us know.
yes, comment below.
I want to know.
But I'm not a hoe. Okay.
Sometimes it's better.
I haven't gone through my whole phase. I'm an angel. I don't do things like that. So okay.
Usually after the breakup.
Oh yeah, because
I think we did all of those.
I didn't do this question. I just skipped. So what's the hardest thing to overcome after a breakup? 1, moving on. 2, starting over. Or 3, letting go.
For me, it's always letting go.
I feel like all of those are the same thing.
Yeah.
It's not, because you can still have situations where you move on. Like, I put myself in situations where I was dating other people consistently. I moved on with them,
But you didn't let go.
but I could not let go of the memories, and I could not let go of the...
Real unscripted says starting over. Sorry.
What?
Real unscripted says starting over.
That's a good
Yeah.
one. Sometimes not trusting the right
Jasmine
person.
says letting go.
Letting go for me, personally. I'm a Taurus. We get stubborn. We don't like change.
I guess for me, the hardest thing was starting over because I let go while I was in the relationship. So
I've heard of where people can like disattach themselves or be done with the relationship before it's over.
Right, because
that's one of my fears too. Is like I'm in a relationship with somebody and they're already done with me. Like,
but I don't really think men really do that. I think it's mostly women who. I had to like really mentally prepare myself to actually move on before I actually got up the courage to not to like move on. So I feel like I moved on, like I was done before it was actually done. Wow. And then but the hardest part for me is starting over because I feel like that's the part where I'm kind of scared. It was easy for me to move on because I'm a woman, I have needs. I'm gonna move on to another nigga. Yeah. But that's the thing. It's like you still gotta heal and all that stuff.
We've got two people that agree with you. Jasmine says, I don't like starting over, having to, hold up, having to learn someone new.
Yeah, that's the fun part.
B says, you're usually breaking up and don't even know it.
Yeah, that's very, very true. And that scares me.
The fun part, I don't like the beginning stages of
getting to know somebody.
I do. I love the
because all that shit is fake.
I love that shit. I love the exciting part of finding somebody else. Then you get to see if they stick true to it 3 to 4 months later.
True.
When niggas try to, and if they really do, that's even more exciting. Oh my god.
I don't like dating.
I love dating.
I just want to meet someone and then
get married.
Pretty much move in with me, have babies with me.
Yes.
I don't care about the married.
Oh my god, we're already at 24 minutes.
Oh, okay. So.
Oh, was that it?
Yeah, so if you guys don't have any other questions for us, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. We're going to go ahead and move into...
hold on. Real Unscripted says, I let go of my last relationship before we even called it quits. The starting over part is having to learn everything all over about a new person and them learning you.
Yeah.
I know. But how exciting is that to learn somebody different and be on a journey? For me, I'm very fascinated by different backgrounds, history, what makes you, your culture. I love learning something about someone new. And so even if we don't become something intimate or we become long-term committed people, we're friends now. Who knows what you open the door for me for? I love dating. When I'm single, but when I'm in a relationship, I love being monogamous and being in a relationship, being committed, submissive, all that great, dumb, stupid shit. But when I'm single, I enjoy every aspect of it. You only have one life to live. I don't have, if you put me in a situation where I have to be single anyway, I'm not going to second guess why I'm single. I'm going to enjoy every moment of that shit.
Dating, exploring options,
learning about everything about you, your favorite color. Let me surprise you with this favorite color. Oh, that's really not, but I was attentive.
I guess I was like that in the beginning.
It's so fun. It's fun to be like childlike, you know, like excited about shit.
Billy is real says, hey beautifuls, let's talk about it. Marathon flag, marathon flag, marathon flag, marathon flag.
Let's talk about what, Nip? Because that's the marathon. It always continues.
The marathon continues. All right, bye y'all. I'm
and we'll continue another day. They say, keep up the good work. So fun, ladies.
So much fun. We encourage you guys to have your own sister circles. It's always good to have a group of women that are inspiring, smart, and therapeutic. Yeah, okay. Can't say these bitches might be Friday, but they love each other. It's like, I know, I really love these guys. She stuck with me like Chuck with me.
Yeah. If you follow both of us on Facebook, this bitch get on my nerves. If you ever see us arguing, half the time we serious.
No, we're not. I love her so much. She really can't.
This bitch don't give a fuck about me.
I swear to God, I love her to death.
She get on my fucking nerves.
She's my real friend.
She petty, like, for the longest time.
Petty
like,
is love. That means somebody
look
cares
and
about
pick
you.
up their apple pie.
Yes, Kay. Yes. Hey. Wow. I love the necklace, bitch. Yes.
They got it for me. I'm just kidding. I got this at Forever 21 for like $4.
Deals.
All right, we're done with the live. Okay, bye, everybody.
Okay.
Thank you guys for joining.
Yes, so make sure that you watch us on Sundays at 6 p.m. on YouTube, Hoeing and Shit, Seattle. but I'm not a hoe though.
Remember
And
that.
yeah, so we're gonna continue to our main topic and keep on talking.
We
and we'll
appreciate
see you
you
guys
so much.
on Sunday.
Okay, you poking.
Hey, who was that?
Oh, she poking up. I was trying to tell you.
You see me, wait up.
Good, that's a later, man. Telling the love.
So today we are drinking White Russian because we're talking about interracial relationships. What was the name of the episode?
She with the swirl.
With the swirl hole. So that's what we're drinking, and it's good.
It is.
I put
so
too much
smooth.
cream in it at first, so I had to add
Perfect.
more alcohol.
Oh, it's so good. It's perfect.
Mhm.
Great. On my
I
stomach.
might need to refill.
I might. Oh, girl. You're speaking my
It's a
mind.
big glass,
Telekinesis.
so.
Telekinesis.
I cannot.
So, telekinesis. They
Okay.
might think alike.
So first question, have y'all ever dated someone outside of your race?
Yes.
I'll
Oh, you
say.
have? I thought you said you have. You have?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you so ashamed of it?
I'm never ashamed.
Uh-huh.
No, I did though, but well, I would say that I didn't have a great experience because they acted the same way as I did when I was dating inside my race. But
So that's a thing. Like, people think that you're gonna get some other.
well, I was
Something.
looking more for the culture and the upbringing, and I was anticipating that. Okay, he had better structure or different culture or upbringing. Because sometimes, like, I dated a Vietnamese dude, and they wanted to get married right away. The first date, and he still lived with his mom. I was taking my shoes off when I got in the door, and I was like, this is too much. Well, for me personally. And then I dated a white guy, and then, so I dated outside of my race.
Yeah.
But
I mean, he ain't black, right? And you black?
and I dated a Latino. He was Afro-Latino, so that would be still kind of considered black, but his culture was different. So he was very, like, super, extremely family.
But race and culture is like two
I know.
See, that's
It's
another
two
question I
different
have.
things.
See, we're already getting like so ahead of ourselves
I
right
know,
now.
sorry.
No,
But no, I mean,
let's keep on going. You good.
Yeah.
And that's why I anticipated that going after a certain race would it enable me to, like, experience a different culture. So, like, you can find, like, even an Americanized white guy or African guy or Asian guy, but I was looking for someone in specific, like, outside of that culture. And it was a little too much for me to want to marry on the second date and you're still living with your mom.
Well, because
Money.
but don't they live with their parents until marriage anyway?
Absolutely, but, like, when we go to this room together at, like, 12 o'clock at night, and your mom's like, hi, how are you? And I'm like, good, how are you? I'm drunk. Like, take off your shoes. And we go to the room, like, maybe this is not a good idea.
I understand that part. Well, then you can come over to my house.
So, yes, I have.
No, I've never did it outside of my race.
I'm sorry, you could have swallowed.
She got a swallow.
I've never dated outside of my race. However, I almost slept with one outside of my race. No, and then when I was about to, I was like, and I looked at it, and I was like, I can't even do it because
So you looked at what?
when I looked at his, and it was pink, and I just could not do it, and I was like, I can't. It was like beige pink, and I
So you don't like the
it
clear?
it just like stopped me like, hey, what the fuck are you doing? And it just went against like it didn't feel right, and so I stopped.
Yeah.
And it was pink, and it was uncircumcised, and it had like flabs and stuff, and I just couldn't do that to myself. So I stopped it.
Circumcised. It's about sanitation. Like, please clean up all that bacteria.
And
that's
like
going
open,
in and out
like
of other
Slide.
organs.
flip it, like you gotta like the flab and then
Smack
like,
it, flip it, rub it down. Oh no!
Hey.
Oh no!
Oh my gosh. Well, I have. Dating outside of my race.
I know.
Okay. I thought
you meant you fuck with a dude.
No, I have not.
Okay,
Very clear. Ironically, I've mostly dated outside of my race. Not like it's never something that I like plan, but like black men do not approach me. I've probably dated like 2 black guys in my life, 2 or 3.
Mm-hmm.
But most of them have been white. And I don't know what pink you saw. I don't know if your guy was. I don't know if he was white or not. The color of his skin, which is.
Well, white people are pink. White people are pink though.
I'm just saying, we're brown, they're pink, so.
But he wasn't. Well, he was whatever he was.
I wasn't looking at color when the lights was off.
I was.
What?
Because it was in my mind. It was like burnt in my brain. Because I was trying to be open and I just couldn't. I couldn't do it. And the uncircumcised.
I think that's what it was. I don't think it was.
No, it was.
Yes. And I have never seen a real life, uncircumcised one.
I did. Do you want me to see if I can?
No, seriously, yeah. Like, look it up on Google.
No, she was gonna show you a picture that she had, but that's still not a real life one.
You know what? You know what? Never mind.
You got a picture, huh?
I can look it up.
That'll be on the next episode of on the DMs.
Yeah.
Like,
do y'all think it's like a double standard? Like if black women date outside of their race versus like black men dating outside of their race?
absolutely.
You
I don't agree with it.
I mean, like, what is the
But
double
I do.
standard? Like, why?
But like it's more acceptable for men or it's more acceptable for women?
I feel like sometimes women can be a bit harsh on
Men that
Yeah,
okay.
I think what, looking in on it, society, like what, everyone would say is that, yeah, I'd probably be harder on a man than a woman.
You're right, because I did see the meme of like Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, and guys were like, yeah, women are like, oh hell yeah, girl, like you did that. Whereas if it was the other way around, they'd be like, oh he got a white girl and whatever. So like,
I think sometimes we'd be so self-absorbed that we don't allow criticism to come in, and we kind of think it's okay. We're like above certain things, or we think it's okay when we do things, but when they do things, we have to hold them responsible because they're men. And of course they're the head, but you can't, if you love a person for whoever they are, love them.
Right.
It becomes a problem when you choose that person because, you know where it's about to go.
Because of saying like some negative thing.
Yeah, like saying she's better than a black woman because her attitude or her features, or I can't stand black women, white women are more submissive. That becomes an issue.
Yeah, when your reasons are not like
out of love.
Yeah,
out of
like
like pure love. Like
you can't help who
like you
fall
only
in
dating
love
me because
a white man gonna do whatever I say she gonna do, and I don't want to date a black woman because y'all loud, y'all ghetto, and y'all crazy, and blah blah blah.
That's not true. The white man and the black man that I say, all of them niggas, because the white niggas too. Like y'all cheat, y'all dogs, it's literally the same. I mean, you have to. A good man is a good man regardless of the race.
Absolutely.
And that's something I used to get all the time. Was like, but people would be like, oh,
Nothing.
people be like, oh, you must be dating a white guy because they're gonna treat you better or whatever. And I'm like, where y'all get that from?
Because
my biggest pet peeve
where do
is
you
to
get that
assume
from?
because
don't
of how
assume
you
shit.
want to be treated because you have good standards. It just means that you need to like mature. Step up your game. You want to be with somebody like me. I can still be your friend, respect you, but you want to fuck me. You want me to like cater to you. You want to take me out. You want me to like, value my time or like sacrifice my time to be with you. I expect certain things. So that has nothing to do with you. Oh, you like white men, you like Asian men. Because I've had that so many times. You're gonna marry a white man, and I want to fight. Like, are you serious? I have nothing against it, but like, because you can't step up to the plate.
I'm not marrying a white man. I will have,
I'll
have sex with the white man.
I'm gonna drink this white
And
Russian.
I'll like, dating outside of my dating outside of my race, I won't do. But I would.
Is there a reason? Like, what's
my
the
reason is because I don't find them attractive. And it's not just about white men. It's like Asian or any other race, Mexican. To me, I feel like the most attractive thing is a black man, and that's who I feel like is gonna be my husband, serious relationship, or anybody that I'm dating. But I am open-minded. I want to be more open-minded, and I will like go and I'll have sex or whatever. See, and it's saying it out loud or whatever, but that's how I feel. I'm not attracted to a white man.
You don't have to be.
Everybody
don't
has their
have
own
to be.
personal preference. Like, as long as it's based off of a true love and not based off of like hateful things, or pitting people against people, or it's just nobody can choose who they love. It just happens naturally. It's about chemistry and it's about organic.
You're right. Let me say one thing. Every dude that I've ever talked to was always, cause even like it'll be like light skin, dark skin type thing.
Oh my God,
that's a whole other thing. Colorism.
Yes.
But
go ahead.
But in my mind, I've always been more attracted to a dark skinned man. I feel like their skin is so beautiful, chocolate, milk chocolate,
Blacker
dark
than
chocolate. Yes.
It's sweeter than juice.
Yes. But then I fell in love with a light skinned nigga and married him, had a baby by the nigga, and all that shit. See, so I get when people say you never know who you're gonna fall in love with. So, but I don't ever kind of want to put myself in a position to ever fall in love with a white man because I'm not that open-minded.
The only issue that I have had dating like a white man, I kind of like, okay, so the person that I'm dating now is half Filipino, half white, which I never thought that would happen. But the funny thing is, my mom used to always say when I was a child, she's like, "You're gonna marry an Asian man." I was like, "Why are you saying this? Like, where is Asian man coming from?"
Mama knows best.
Anyway, but the issue I would have with like white men were like, one, the white man who had never dated a black person before. So everything that you do is like so fascinating to them, and it's just like, oh my God, like, can you calm the fuck down? I am a human. I'm not a slave. Like, that made me look like it as like master and slave type shit.
Yeah, the hair and all that.
I've always wondered about that. I've never.
That's where I was just like, I'm
and that's what
uncomfortable.
made me very, very scared about dating outside of, like, especially an older white man who's set in his ways. And so to hear that is a slight confirmation.
Now, when I date like the white men who have always dated black women, it's a different thing.
Yeah, because I'm not about to
like
be your
it's like,
project, your experiment. Even though if I dated a white man, I feel like he would be my experiment. But I don't want to be nobody else's. See, like,
that's true.
Is that a double standard?
No, it's not.
The only thing that I ask though is, I need you to be a little versed in some things. Like, number one, can you not love America so fucking much that you don't understand Black Lives Matter?
And don't vote for Trump.
And then number two, can you also understand that no, we cannot have sex in the shower because my hair is flat.
We can.
I love to have sex in the shower.
I mean, that's one of the reasons why
and she got that good shit too. So
when my hair is wet and it's curly and we doing that, then okay, hit me up on that day. Bitch, I just left the salon.
No, I feel you. But I've been locked for 2 years now.
So I've been trying to do all kinds of wild shit.
I'm just joking.
Wait, man, I'm so
And I don't care how fine y'all look either, because what's that one dude who played? I can see his with his hair.
David Beckham is mine.
The one who got the one with the
Thor?
No, is it Thor? The one? No. The one, is it the same guy who's married to the black woman with the,
her name's Zoe.
Yeah. Is that the same guy? Him.
I know.
Yeah, he's fine.
I don't know who you're talking about.
I know she was the one who played Avatar, or
no, but who is
no,
he?
not Zoe.
I know. Okay.
Just scratch all that.
No,
okay.
I know who you're playing. Who did Aquaman?
Ooh, I think that's
Jason Momoa.
Oh my fucking
Okay, so I might
now.
That might be the only one, but you gotta look exactly like
He's so Black Lives Matter. He's so.
First of all, all, they're a beautiful couple together. Like they're both hella fine.
Oh, like. So I don't know how this is gonna sound, but I know how it sounds in my mind, so I'm gonna just say it out loud. But like, how do you guys feel like when you see a white man next to a black woman? Are you like, what are your thoughts?
Sometimes, most of the time, I'm like, okay, girl.
I am, and I'm vice versa. Like either way, I am so. When I see people in love, I'm hella excited.
No,
I hope that it's
not
not
love out of the question.
I always have a back like thinking like I hope it's not for the wrong reason. So if I see a black woman with a white man, like go get it, bitch. Oh yeah, the niggas.
How do you feel about him? My bad. How do you feel about him though?
I hope that it's not for the wrong reasons.
When I look at him, it depends on the couple. Like there's some white men who you can tell where like, I mean, they're not like. Here I go again with Tacoma. Them Tacoma ass white men. They're like, you know, like the white men that you can kind of tell were like let's say a white man that was born and raised in New Orleans is way different than like a white man from like Tacoma. So yeah, like when you see that white dude that got like all that type of swag, and you're like, I knew he would never be with a white woman.
That's the whole culture thing too.
Yeah.
That's where we go back in again with culture and race. And like, so it can, like, even though there's a very defined difference between race and culture, so it doesn't matter what race you are. Sometimes you look for the culture because of the race, but the culture kind of lets you know how they're going to treat you. Different cultures outside of America and in the South treat you a little bit better. That's Southern hospitality. Yeah. But, you know, and I'm not saying up north that they don't, but it's just the structure and the culture. You can't help it. You just got to break it. But the men down south and the white men down south,
and that's the
they're
funny
cooking,
and
they're
ironic
sucking
thing.
toes, they're rubbing backs. I'm knowing that they're scratching your braids under the weave, like they're doing.
I'm just saying, the funny, ironic thing is, I started dating white men when I lived in Atlanta.
Oh my god!
And everybody was like, "How the fuck do you go all the way to Atlanta and you start dating white men?" I was like, when I tell you these, granted, in Atlanta, I got approached way more than I've ever been approached here.
And I'm so surprised by that because you are so beautiful. I would think up here.
These folks don't know how to talk to people in person. It's all like online. But like Atlanta, I did get approached by a ton of black men, but also those white men were very bold. If they like you and they see you and they're like, I want to take her out, they're gonna ask to take you out. So since we keep touching on the subject of cultural and racial, would you see it if like, I don't want to really put you on love.
I know, I'm sweating.
But okay, so we're all black. If I'm black and I'm very proud.
I'm black. I was gonna say I was white, but
I'm white, but I don't say white man.
I know, right?
Okay, like them Dr. Phil shows.
Right. My brain.
But since we're black and unfortunately we're so far removed from our original like culture and origin, would it be considered interracial dating if we were to date somebody from Nigeria or Ethiopia or
No. Absolutely not.
You don't think
No, because they actually believe that we are their ancestors. I mean, we are in relation.
That's more
they
of a
believe that
culture
we're
thing.
removed. They believe that we have some things that need to be retaught, but it just means we're extended family.
So
like
if
I
it's
dated, well, it depends on what part of Africa too.
so if it's let's say Nigerian versus Eritrean, same thing, or is it interracial?
Do we look alike?
Well,
I mean, like, we're for me, like, we're all black. We're
as long as we're the same race,
African American. We're all the race. We have different backgrounds. We have different cultures, but we're not interracial because we are the same race. We're one race. That's what I believe. And then I just lost my train of thought.
I agree with you 100%.
That's where I'm going with it. It's just like, well, no, it's not just like, but like if like this white person born and raised in Louisiana or whatever, and then I want to talk to him. I'm from Louisiana or whatever. We get together. That's interracial dating. But we got the same culture.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
I get what you're saying.
So it's just like they're not like interchangeable to me.
So a white nigga from Europe and a white nigga that was just born in America and is removed from his European culture, they're basically just the same. It's
they're
not
the same,
interracial.
but different cultures and
Right.
backgrounds, and we can talk about it, and we can see the similarities and all that stuff. And I might learn some stuff, he might learn some stuff, but no, we black,
Okay.
or we white, or whatever the case is.
I agree with that on our perspective, but for them, like she said, from Ethiopia to Nigeria, it's different because sometimes from Ethiopia, which I think is like East Africa, they have strong views about African Americans when they come over here.
That's on
West Africans view us as brothers and sisters, like you said, similar.
This girl in middle school told us, we're better because we
Right,
weren't
they think
slaves.
they're better
I was like,
because they fought and they won that
but
particular
y'all were
war.
colonized too.
Absolutely, but
We were all fucking
all
fucked
this
by
color
white
was
people.
okay, so please stop forgetting. But it's a different structure. So like I have dated people from Africa, but like from Kenya, Ghana, it's different than when you go to Ethiopia and Somalia. Well, it's funny because they always think I'm gonna say it wrong. Habisha.
They always think I'm
Habisha.
Ethiopian.
Yes,
that
I
a
know
lot.
they
I
do.
do that a lot,
Like,
too.
you really?
It's
No, it's the forehead.
They're like,
like,
bitch, you got the same forehead that we got. And I'm like,
and we have a
yeah,
large population here.
Yes.
But yes, I know they be
Yes.
speaking to you in
I'm
your
like,
language.
hold up. At the little parking thing, at the little parking garage, I'm like, oh, I'll take the discount, but I don't know what the fuck you're saying.
Oh my god.
I won't date them either.
She said,
I will. I'll date them. I'll date anybody that can cook, clean, talk to me like nice.
I'll date
Like Drake,
anybody
talk to
who
me
likes
nice.
me and wants to marry me.
Yes.
Anybody.
I like Tiffany rings.
Maybe I don't know what it is. This is my preference. I've had so many bad experiences, and I know that you can't group people all into one little box or whatever. But I'm not attracted. Nah.
Primarily, I'm not either, but I have seen a couple here and there that I'm like, okay, if you put a little more meat on your bones, we might could do something, but
I like, if you're from Ghana.
Don't play.
Don't
Don't play. I'm dating someone from Ghana. But yeah, a rest in peace to Nipsey Hussle, who was Eritrean. Absolutely.
The marathon
I do not
continues,
it always
you know,
does. I don't discriminate.
what?
I will date anyone from Africa in a heartbeat. Any part. I love, like my mom raised me, like saying you're gonna go back to your motherland, like you're African.
Yeah.
I'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about, lady? I'm in the CD like report. Like
See, one of the things that I struggled with like dating interracially was like, I'm not gonna get the little chocolate baby that I thought I was gonna get. But then I was like, girl, like your culture is not gonna be removed from your child because your child is still gonna be black.
absolutely.
Your child is still gonna know whatever you teach that child or whatever. I do hope that she's a little chocolate. Yeah.
But like you said, it's about what you teach your child.
Yeah.
And it's also about like your upbringing, because for me, so I was born in Louisiana, and I went to elementary school out there and everything. When I came to Seattle, it was a culture shock
for
me.
sure.
So like all I knew
Girl.
was black people. Like I grew up around only black people. It was only like black and white. There was nothing really else. So for me to come to Seattle and see all these different kind of races and all this different stuff, I'm like, well, I didn't know there was. The only Asian people we knew was when we went to the nail salon or whatever. And so it was just like, for me to be like, I was already like, okay, infatuated with the black man, and then for me to be changed by that at a young age or whatever, going to school and stuff, it was hard for me. It's still hard for me because y'all ain't gonna see me with an Asian man, a Mexican man, or whatever. We can be friends, and we might fuck a little bit, but oh my
See, that was the difference for me though. Like coming from here and then going to college in Alabama, I was like, look at all of these beautiful black
white when I go back to Louisiana.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I had this girl told me, because she's all hotep woke-ish type of bitch. Don't tell me, oh, I see why you date white men because you're hella proper and you're like the white man's slave and you're this and that. I was like, really? But that was before I was who I am now. And I didn't cuss her ass out, but I should have. Like, bitch, who the fuck are you to tell me that I'm less black than you just because you wear your hair natural all the time and you got underarm hair and all that extra shit? Like, bitch,
stop. Leave it to Beaver, this bitch is running. But wait, oh my God, I totally feel it. Like, if you want to uplift your sister, it's not in a negative way ever. And like, I came from Alaska, so I had the opposite situation. Where I came down here, I was like, it's hella black people, man, they're cussing. I was like, first, second grade, talking about, shit, fuck, my mom, I'm hella mad at my mom. Fuck this shit, I don't want to do my homework. Like, coming home thinking like I'm big and bad, going back in the schoolyard, hella black people, I'm like, you know, finally realizing that I'm black, because in Alaska, it's a lot of Inuit and Eskimo and Native American and white people. My godparents were white. So that's all we thought. We didn't know. My mom taught us to love ourselves, but we didn't know color or race or nothing. We was one of them.
We had to figure that shit out on our own.
Yes, and I figured out how important it was to learn color and culture. Don't ever like dissolve. I'm so drunk I can't say the right words. Don't ever ignore that someone has color or culture. It's so diminishing of their struggle and of whatever they're going through. So I had to learn that you do see color. When I came from here, I thought I was white. I was 7 years old. I was like, I don't see color. I'm white. You know, I want to be white. And my mom was like, stand in the corner for 7 hours and put your hand up like, bitch, you're not white. Like, so it was totally different. And I thought I was going to marry a white guy, like, you know, things like that. And I came down here, I was like, this is black people? This looks like, Menace to Society. Like,
girl,
it was my first. Yes, I swear I did. I was living in Seattle. Little did I know when I went to California.
Okay.
No, it was for real. Some nigga ran up on me and my homeboy and was like, "What set you from?" And my homeboy was like, because he thought I was real cute and pretty, and I wouldn't fight. But I was like, nigga, I'm with all the I pull up this skirt like a pit. Fuck that shit. I'll stop that nigga for. It's like anyway. But
you know, childhood memories and shit that I ain't never thought I'd be thinking about and stuff. Because like in Louisiana, it wasn't about like white against black when I was in elementary. From what I remember, it was more like light skin versus black. I mean like dark skin. So for example, I'm a twin, and so my sister is light skinned.
Mine too. And we had this conversation.
I'm always drunk. My twin sister is light skinned. Your twin sister is light skinned. And so now that you put my sister business on blast or whatever, but she was held back and whatever. And so it was like I don't remember like if it was like 3rd or 4th grade or whatever, but like when we played in the recess, it was like, okay, 3rd grade on this side and 4th grade on this side. So we used to play at the little corner, like together or whatever.
Like a prison yard?
Like a little prison yard. And then people, because we don't look alike. Like, we look like sisters. So people would like, are you guys really sisters? Do you guys have the same dad?
We got the same thing all the time, yeah.
And then they would say that she's prettier than I am because she's light skinned, and I'm just like, oh. And I'm just like, how you gonna say my twin sister? We look alike. Because at the time, I'm like in 3rd or 4th grade, and it was. For me, it was really hard for me because I would get picked on because, like, I'm the darker one, you know? I can't.
No, really? You're like for real.
It's so serious. Like, it's a real thing, and it's, like, something that I really did struggle with that me and my sister had to work through because, like, we had to, like, literally sit down, like, we were a team or whatever, and she telling me, like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I'm about to cry.
No, seriously. Because I agree with you 110%.
Like, there was times where it's like we used to have to literally sit down and like uplift each other. Like I don't know if she remember her or anything like that, but it's just like we literally had to uplift each other. Like we are the same. Like we're twins or whatever. And I got you, you got me. Even though you look different from me, we're still black. You just might look just a little different from me or whatever. But anyways.
Well, and that was the thing that my twin and I experienced is people would always assume she was mixed. And I'm like, she doesn't look mixed. She looks black.
Yes.
Exactly.
And of course, I'm seeing her from the eyes of like, okay, I've seen her my whole life. I know what the fuck she is. But I'm like, trying to look at it from the outside, looking at it, and I'm like, she looks like a light-skinned black girl.
Like, how is she mixed and I'm not, and we twins?
Exactly. But I did get that when I did start living in the South. This conversation's going so over.
But it ties into why interracial dating is the way it is.
Yeah.
The perspective.
Because the reason why
because people think that like I want to date out of my race so that my children can grow up with this pretty hair and this fair skin and all this stuff. And I'm like, black people have beautiful hair.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
All different.
All of all of our hair is so different.
And
it's just
different shades, and we're all very beautiful.
Yeah.
Different sizes, different genetics. Black people can make the rainbow. And we're probably the only race that can make the darkest from the dark to the light to the light. And I felt you so much when you were saying that because it took my mom to be the one to enforce that on all four of us because we're all different shades. I have a brother who's very chocolate, a sister who's very, very chocolate. She gets mistaken for being African because she's so like chocolate. They think she's Ethiopian or Kenyan or something, right? I'm kind of like cocoa brown, and then I have a sister who has light skin and green eyes.
Right.
I have a sister who has albino, who has blonde hair and blue eyes. And my mom has always taught us, don't be fighting in front of these people about your color and shit. You're all black. Love your black selves. You're not gonna be doing that in this house. You look the same. You're beautiful. She named us all names. My banana boat, my cocoa chocolate chip, just all she made us love ourselves. So I love the fact that you pointed out that even if you didn't have like force, like your parents or didn't force it, you guys took it upon yourself to make sure you love yourselves.
Because we were like all we had like when we were going to school because we're the oldest.
Yes.
And people were like, oh, you guys, it's four of us. Like, oh, do you guys all have different dads or whatever?
Yes. Like first of all, get about my mama's vagina because no, she was not out here hoeing and shit.
Yeah.
But she ain't a hoe.
But even if she was,
but back then,
even if she was, I ain't none of your fucking business. Right. Like y'all kids, like 12 years old. What you worrying about if we got different dads?
Listen, but so the thing was, my brother is darker than I am. And so we used to gang up on
you talking about the one?
No, not the one of nothing. And so Jasmine is lighter than us, and so we used to I used to like when I get mad at her, I'd be like, that's why you're a light bright and whatever. My grandma one time said, call her a chocolate drop. She said, well, that's why you're a chocolate drop. And I was like, that really hurt. I was like, damn, she really called me a chocolate drop. So ever since then, I was like, okay, I'm not gonna be talking about my sister's color because.
Side note,
you learn it.
Side note, that's exactly what a bitch call you.
What? Where are we going?
Wait. Let's ride this train.
That's exactly when a bitch be like, oh, you skinny. But when I call a bitch fat, she wanna get in her feelings and shit. Okay,
that is the same sentiment.
Yes. Light skin, dark skin, fat, skinny. Why you getting
all
mad?
that is superficial.
Bitch, you is what you is.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
You love it or you like it. You don't. Fine. But it doesn't discriminate.
Cause I'll find a nigga, maybe your nigga, who will like.
No, she really will. She surprised me.
Okay, well, back on topic.
But I think that's one of the reasons why it spills over into interracial dating. Because you have like a childhood built
that's
up
what I
about
feel like it is.
preservation or self or even self-hate, or you hate the other person because of what you've been taught about yourself.
Yeah, because a lot of people do date outside of their race because they want their child to be light skinned or something. Like you're not dating this person because this is who you actually fell in love with, but you're like, I want to make sure that my children don't look a certain way. And this is
oh
my God, that pisses me off.
Well, what about that meme that was kind of going around with that white lady? And she said, like, she doesn't date out. The white lady said she doesn't date outside of her race because she want her kids to look like her. Do you think that's racist?
I think it has slight racist tendencies because your kid's always going to look like you if they're conceived with your own genetics.
Mm-hmm.
So that was, and it could be ignorance,
Mm-hmm.
but
I don't know
I'm gonna keep my
per
comments to
se
myself,
that it's
'cause
racist.
she looked
I
kind of like
would-
a dog, but
I-
your kid looked like a little animal.
I don't know that it's
Can you cross
racist.
that out for
I
me?
don't. I'm not cropping shit out.
Yes, you are.
I don't think it's racist either because I want my kids to look like me too, but I understand that my kids don't look like me regardless. But for her as a white woman, she wants her kids to look like her skin to be like her. That's a preference. It's not, and she didn't say she doesn't want to date. She doesn't want to have kids with a black person because she wants her kids to look like her. She just said she didn't want to
She
date
said
outside
she
of her
wanted-
race. That means Mexican, Asian. That means anything that's not what she is, which is white. So I don't think it's racist. She wasn't specific in what she said, so we can't assume that what she meant was black. I'm trying to give the benefit of the doubt, trying to, but that's her preference. I don't date outside of my race. I don't fuck anybody outside of my race. I don't marry
But it's not
anybody.
because you don't want your kids to look more like you. You have very specific logical reasons why you might prefer black men or.
My logical reason is because I prefer a black man over anything else, and her
So-
reason was because she preferred a white man over anything
The
else.
reason
it's for your
I-
kids and your kids if you have a kid by even black people, like we just mentioned, they can look like the lightest of the light and the darkest of the dark. So they can look like you, 100%. They can come out looking all white. I've seen mixed kids come out looking straight hair, all white, so they can look like you. So I think it's based in ignorance, but slight racism too. You have other reasons why you don't date outside your race.
I'm not gonna say full
Because I
on.
can't stand that meme and I want to.
I'm not gonna say full on racism because, like I mentioned earlier, I understand that. Like I said, once I started really loving myself and my skin color, because at first I really wasn't in love with the fact that I have all this fucking melanin.
Yeah.
But of course I started loving myself like
used to stay
long before.
Bitch, you just
Before
some chocolate
adulthood. But I really started loving myself when I went on my vacation to Hawaii by myself. And I stayed in a hostel and it was nothing but European bitches. And the one bitch every fucking day kept coming for me about, oh, you're not going to put sunscreen on. Now, mind you, the very first day I got there, I did put sunscreen on and it broke my skin out like nobody's business. And the woman at the market was just rubbing aloe all over my skin because I broke out from the sunscreen. And I laid out on the beach every single day. I went on these hikes up and down. And the sun was just like illuminating my skin. And this white bitch was so fucking jealous. Like, how the fuck do you look golden and beautiful and I'm all red and crabby?
and chilling
Now,
now.
so with that being said, I kind of get where this woman is coming from because I'm like, wow, my melanin is really fucking popping. I want my child to have this beautiful skin. I want my child to have this melanin that I have so that they, like, I know how to teach them how to love themselves because I've gone through that. Is that to say that if my child does not come out my color that I'm going to be pissed about that shit? No. But, I mean, it kind of is a preference. Like, my oldest nephew came, when he was born, I was like, damn, you have the child that I've always wanted. Like, he's just got this beautiful dark skin and he's got this big curly hair and
First
just
of all,
everything.
my
But
kid
then-
came out looking Mexican and Asian and I
Your
wasn't
kid
giving
so
that.
when you said you did not date, you never dated outside of your race, I was looking at the baby like,
Oh, well, you know what?
She was mixed. I thought she was mixed.
First of all, since the bitch wanna call me out and shit, my ex-husband is black and white, but he's still a nigga though.
you're
He's
right.
still a
No,
nigga
you're
though.
right. But when I was
He
looking
ain't
at the
white.
baby, I was confused. I was like,
because when society looks at him and when the cops look at him, he
He's
is
black.
a nigga. He is black.
I
He's
totally
African
understand
American. Even if you wanna go in and check other on the box. The nigga's still a nigga.
You know what? But that's what I hear a lot of mixed people say.
Mm-hmm.
Is like, so my mom's side of the family, everybody is mixed.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I think like my mom's siblings and their family, I think we're the only ones that aren't mixed.
Mm-hmm.
And so my cousins do say that, like, we're
Mm-hmm.
black. Like,
Mm-hmm.
when we go out of the house, we are black. Like, that's what people see, that's who we are.
The one drop rule.
Yeah.
Okay, so like if you want to get technical or whatever, my ex-husband, he's black, he's Irish. My daughter, she's black. I don't give a fuck. When she like he will go ahead and check all his little boxes because he has a complex about himself or whatever. That's on him. That don't got shit to do with me. But when I have to like fill out paperwork or stuff for my daughter, I just check she's black because that's what when I look at her, I see black. When I look at him, I see black or whatever. He wants me to do this whole black,
Now,
white,
just to be devil's advocate,
all this
what
stuff.
if she did pick like other
That's
or
what
white, and then like showed up and was like, ha ha ha, motherfucker, I'm a nigga.
That's on
You
her.
hired me. I'm a nigga.
Yeah.
Because I have actually to enter an interview
Mhm.
where I was supposed to be hired as a temp,
Mhm.
and I said other or mixed,
Mhm.
Cherokee, Indian, all this other kind of shit.
Mhm.
Came into the interview and like I don't know, of course it's my personality and stuff like that, but they were pretty desperate to hire somebody.
Mhm.
Came, ha ha ha, I'm a nigga.
Yeah.
Ashley Coleman Walker. Fooled ya.
Yeah, because they will always see you as a nigga, no matter what you're mixed with.
That is
Because
so
when
true.
I met him,
That is very true.
I saw a nigga.
It's true.
I didn't see a nigga. I saw a black man at the time. I thought he was beautiful. He ain't shit now. But when I saw him, when I look at him,
Yeah.
he looked like a light-skinned dude or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's what people are gonna see. A black man that's light-skinned or whatever. And they're not gonna, oh, he's white, so let's treat him a little less black. No, they're not gonna do that.
Right. And that's something that people forget when they get into interracial relationships.
Let's do this game.
Oh my god, it was so good.
I need another one.
Girl, you can have mine because I'm
Okay, you got a blanket, a spin night bag. I'm spinning
No,
night.
because baby.
Okay, first
I
of
can't
all,
drive.
bitch, you can drink out of my motherfucking cup, okay? Because first of all, it's alcohol and it kills bacteria. But second of all, bitch, I don't have no motherfucking diseases and shit.
This
So,
made so
for-
much.
So
She all
you
mixed
know
her
what?
drink in front of her and shit. Like, what the fuck? That is so fun.
We're gonna add more vodka to yours?
Just a little bit.
That's why we're
What
fucked
time?
up.
Time to go, because it's really,
What time
it really
is
is time to go, 9:20.
Oh, well.
So
yeah.
but the last thing I did want to talk about is similarities.
Cut this, like, for real, because you're gonna have to. I cut this.
Why?
Cut. I didn't just cut this, bitch.
Okay,
Why?
but I wanted to talk about similarities and differences between dating in your race and outside your race. And
I can't talk about that because I don't have it.
well, I was gonna
I
say,
do have some. And
Miss
I do have
Applepie
a lot.
gets
She learned
really
it.
excited about the fact that she just learned that a certain group of
You
people
better be like you have a cat. Stop.
don't wash their legs.
Oh, yes. They don't wash their legs when they go get in the shower.
Well, because you're fascinated by the fact that you didn't know that that was a thing.
How do
That
you
is
not-
a thing.
I never knew that in my life because every time I get in the shower, I wash every day.
I start from the shoulders all the way down.
And I'm
you
like, well, it's still good. No, I start from the top first because like you don't want to infect the germs from there to here. So
I use multiple rags.
down.
Oh yeah, the
I use
face.
body
I do
butter.
my face first with a different towel.
I have
And then
a
I do
Clarisonic thing because I don't have
Okay, yeah.
beautiful skin like these ladies.
Fine. This is makeup,
So-
and so do I.
So I use a Clarisonic thing for my face, and I use body like gloves because I love smooth cocoa.
She doing the most right now.
I love exfoliating. So I exfoliate, but I exfoliate from the top to the bottom because I don't want to mix the bottom to the top. You know, it's not a good sauce. But like to mix.
So then, do you do the
I do this last.
Why? Because it's dirty
Mine's
or something?
because
Because
mine is so clean that you
Well,
can go
I
up
don't want to rub my vagina all over my body.
I mean,
But anyway, we're getting so off topic.
that was a soap in the water.
Anyway, the
White
thing is,
people, I heard this before on a show. Ellen was talking about like
yeah, because it was the thing
internet
on
thing.
Twitter.
Yeah, and
that
she was
people-
like, you know, white people.
But I
watch
couldn't tell
their
that
movies.
5 years ago.
Help me, Jesus.
Because they don't use washcloths. Period.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
They use either their hand or they take the bar of
Their
soap
hand?
and
So be like
you
guys
need
having
to,
a coma. It's like
they literally take the whole bar of soap and wash their nasty ass, vagina and ass or dick or whatever with the bar of soap. And when I found that shit out, I was like, you need to bring your own soap over here. Because I'm not gonna get in the shower after you washing my dirty body. I'm trying to clean my body with your dirty ass body all over my soap.
That's kind of like washing dishes
And I have,
with just your hands.
I have sensitive skin.
feeling all the stuff
You're
and
just
not
washing
scrubbing
dishes
anything.
with your hands and then.
But low key, you ever seen movies and shit? White folks do that in the movies though.
Okay,
So-
well, white
so
people
wash
we
your
gotta get it
legs
together.
and your toes and your ass crack.
We might need to do a demonstration
But see,
for that
and the
too.
thing is, I don't think we have any white
Okay.
followers. I don't think we have white followers. But if we do, or if you have
do.
friends, okay,
We have a couple.
let's pass this shit along. Because
And you are our
let's say,
sisters too.
Speaking
And our
of
brothers,
shit,
so don't worry.
if you take a shit before you get in the shower, how do you actually clean your ass? You just let the water hit you?
No.
Do you open it up? Do you put the bar of soap in there?
Do you
You have to take the rag with the soap and get in there
The
and
crevices.
get in there and like that.
Find out on your next
You probably should
episode.
wait like
Go
10
in.
to 15 minutes before you take or after you take a shit to take it.
But so yeah, that's always been my kind of thing about dating interracially because I'm like, my black children are gonna know how to properly bathe themselves.
Cleanliness
Sorry.
is next to godliness. Okay. And some of you are the devil. Sometimes even with different interracial dating, you have diseases that come from genetics. Or my mom used to always say, find out what diseases that the grandparents had, the aunties had, the uncles had, because it can pass down to your kids.
Right.
So like, yes, learn about all your cultures, all your races.
You always get all doctor on us.
All
Sorry.
I know is
I'm drunk.
when I am meeting somebody new, well, I ain't met nobody new really, but like I asked somebody, I was like, okay, so you got any diseases that run in your family? Because I was trying to figure some shit out. He was like, look, nigga, we black, so we all got high blood pressure. Okay, look, we need to wrap this shit up. Yes, we need to wrap it up. We need to wrap it up. So listen, does anybody? Do you guys have any? Shut the fuck up.
I needed a drink. I did a lot.
I know, right?
Yes,
Yeah, 'cause what time is it? 'Cause,
Time to go.
got
I
shit
thought
to
you were
do.
gonna do blood.
I'm hot. Okay, so does anyone have anything to add? If they don't, okay, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna move on to the plug. I have 2 things. It's gonna take me like 2 seconds to do it. Okay, so the first plug is thank you for emailing us. I appreciate you. Have you buttered up today? You know? And it's DeWanda
Commercial mode.
Yes, DeWanda Evans, she's an owner operation of AH Hair Spot, AH Lip and Body Butter, Black Top Cannabis Body Butter.
Oh.
She's located in Tacoma.
Send us
And all of her yes, because I might need to try that. I'll put some pictures up and I'll put all of her info in the description so that you can find her. You know?
Yes, but if you send us samples, we can like really give you a
demonstration.
really good review.
Everybody loves body butter.
Yes,
Mm.
body
I need
butter,
some for
all
my
that. Anyways.
Ooh, I don't know what she needs that
Apple
for.
pie needs body butter. Butter and
I
pie.
don't know, she just keeps saying for
Okay,
her.
I don't know.
Okay, next.
Anyways, yes. So I'll have the pictures up, and then I'll have a link to her website
God bless
up.
you.
And again, her name is DeWanda Evans. She's the owner of AH Hair
2 more
Spot.
blushes.
Sorry, you done for the night. Again, she is AH Hair Spot, AH lip and body butter and black cannabis body
Bless you.
body butter and AH bonnet. And so, yeah, link in the description. And then also the next one is be on the lookout for the highly anticipated. Excuse me. Bitch, excuse you. We ain't.
Okay, but Josh said I have one more. I need to bless you.
We did.
That was
give
my
you a bless
last
you. That was
one.
your last
You
business
said
night.
2. So this is the last one.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Okay, so be out on the lookout for the highly anticipated movie. It's due say, hey, okay, guys.
Hey, bow. I don't
Yes.
know if you say anything. Sorry.
Bringing the town in a ride of the lifetime. Also has a show on the Umbrella Network, Urban Solution. If you guys haven't heard of
good.
Urban Solution, make sure you guys check that out. So you know you're live with do say. Yes. And so he dope in real life, you know. So I met him through this comedy show that I hosted, Puff and Laugh. So that's where we did a host of comedians, and he was one of them. And he was like, do say, whatever. And you can come and you can smoke, and you can laugh.
My
and you can
favorite
smoke,
events.
and you can laugh.
Is there food?
There was some. It wasn't no food.
Okay. But I can smoke.
There was a whole munchie bar, and I had $2 Hennessy's.
Ah!
Hey, and where can you find some $2 Hennessy's at? Nowhere.
Hey.
Nowhere.
Hey, because I love the dark liquor.
You want to take a shot after this? Oh wait, I got plans. I got plans after this. Anyways,
We
bacon.
can't be telling them all our business.
Bitch. Don't try to make it seem like there's some shit. Ain't no shit.
Oh, for me, it's about to pop off.
Like, when you leave my house.
I'm about
I
to
used
go
to dark
to
liquor. It's like-
sleep.
So I appreciate everybody for tuning in. You know, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all that shit. Nae did really put some fucking whole bunch of vodka and Kahlua.
Bitch, you had to way more Don't put that on me, bitch.
Like,
You
and
said
I know
Because you was adding extras and
each
shit.
episode I'm like, I need to call Bay.
And she gets more turned up, right?
Yeah, because what time is it? Because he about to come over. Is it 10 yet?
No,
Is he about
but
to
it's
come
about to be, so.
So we gotta leave tonight. I gotta leave tonight.
Bitch, you
I
was
be
leaving
leaving
every night.
and she be trying to kick me
Oh,
out.
wait, she's trying to leave. Okay, bye.
Bye, you guys. Thank you guys
you.
for tuning
Subscribe.
in. Subscribe.
Follow
We
us on
love
all
you
that
guys
shit.
so much.
Nae trying to leave.
We couldn't do this without you guys, so thank you guys so much.
Wait, did I twerk?
Bow, 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 bow.